Hi, this is Nicholas Yock, a registered migration and education agent from Pathway to Oz. Look, yesterday we had one of our long-time clients finally granted his permanent residency in Australia, and he got this permanent residency without a skill assessment. Okay, so this visa is going to explain his pathway and how he did it. Look, firstly, generally speaking, it's always recommended, if possible, get that skill assessment and then look to apply for permanent residency that way. If you get a skill assessment in an occupation in demand, it'll usually be quicker if you can go through that general skilled migration pathway. However, for this client, look, it simply wasn't possible. He didn't have the education requirements to pass the skill assessment, so he had limited options. And what visa I'm referring that he did, where he didn't need a skill assessment and he still got his permanent residency, was the 186 Permanent Employer Sponsored Temporary Resident Transition Stream, okay? So this is a permanent employer sponsored visa. So what are the requirements for this visa? Well, there's a few, but essentially the main one is that you must have worked for your employer full-time on an employer sponsored visa, so a Subclass 482, or before that a Subclass 457, for at least 3 years prior to submitting the nomination for your visa. Therefore, before you can apply for it, you must have applied for and be granted an employer-sponsored 482 visa. So look, what was his pathway? Well, look, he's been around a while and it wasn't the quickest, but we got him there in the end. So he came to study in Australia. After studying, we applied for his temporary graduate visa. On his temporary graduate visa, he began working for this company. We then applied for the 482 temporary employer-sponsored visa. And then finally, after 3 years working at that company on that visa, we applied for his permanent 186 temporary resident transition stream. Look, so he's a permanent resident of Australia. He's stoked, his employers are stoked, we're stoked. And it was just a really great outcome. So look, obviously as well, there are quicker pathways to PR, such as general skilled migration or the 186 direct entry stream. However, these just weren't options. So I think this is a great case or example where, look, where there is a will, there is a way. So generally speaking, if you take the right migration path and you listen to the advice, quite often you can get that pathway to permanent residency, even if it isn't that sort of direct PR pathway. If you would like to run through your sort of situation in detail and hopefully get you that migration pathway, feel free to contact Pathway to Oz. Thank you.